And now it's time for our parenting report with Dr. David Palmer from Marywood University. Last week, Dr. Palmer, you were here, you were talking about bullying and you know, the consequences that come with that, whether it's a kid feeling depressed or, you know, the grades are going down. This week, you're giving us some solutions to this problem.
Yes.
All right.
The first one we start with is a school needs a good anti-bullying program. And that's more than what kind of trouble you get into if you bully. That's a comprehensive educational program for the system. Dr. Catherine Bradshaw is a developmental psychologist who school administrators can look to for criteria for evidence-based, successful anti-bullying program. And I also have a link on my blog to the research that administrators can look at to try to identify a good anti-bullying program if they don't have one already.
And self-esteem, obviously, something very important. How can parents help their kids, you know, with that?
There's two big things the research suggests. One is to spend an hour a week doing what we've talked about in this program as special time. And viewers can find on PALive, the website, past editions where we talk about special time, or on my blog, that one-on-one connection. And then also finding out what the kid's strengths are and giving them access to that in the world. And this might not be things on the beaten path. Sure, my kid might have good grades or be a good athlete, but maybe their strengths lie in other areas, like they're good at poetry or they're good at writing stories or they're good at knitting. Finding those top strengths and making sure they have regular access to it. When your self-esteem is good, you're less likely to be bullied and you're more resilient, you're more tough in the face of bullying.
All right, so if you see your child, your student, your friend is being bullied, how about intervening?
It's got to be a top priority. That's not something to wait and see what happens.
Right.
We have to jump in right away. Sometimes it's as simple as coaching the kid how to be assertive or to travel with other kids when they're moving from place to place. A lot of times when kids are bullied, they're flying solo.
Okay.
Sometimes it involves going in to meet with the administrator of the school. If I have some kind of relationship with the parents of the bully, getting us all together can be a very useful thing as well.
All right, any other tips?
I think partnering with the PTA is very helpful because this is a cultural issue in a school. And I think also if in an anti-bullying program, you want to have clauses in there about if kids are teased for their minority status. And a lot of times this can be joke, but it's really like making fun of someone's racial diversity or their sexual orientation or some other minority status that they have. So these anti-bullying programs have to account for that. I find in our area that often that piece is missing.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, very great tips, very helpful tips, and I'm sure you can agree that, you know, over the past few years there have been more schools stepping up to the plate with their anti-bullying, you know, from assemblies to groups to just, you know.
You really need a comprehensive approach. The stakes are just too high.
Okay, and for more information, where can we head?
Hecticparents.com. I'll have some links to some of the relevant research there too.
Perfect. Dr. David Palmer from Marywood University. We will see you next week for our parenting report. Thank you.
Thank you, Jasmine.